It's not sugar, it's not junk food, it's actually the healthy breakfast you've been eating every morning that may be quietly slowing down your body's recovery process. After the age of 60, simply mixing 3 common foods the wrong way can reduce your ability to absorb vitamins and proteins by up to 40%, no matter how healthy your diet seems. It may sound hard to believe, but think about it. Have you ever felt tired, sleepy, or bloated after what you thought was a very healthy breakfast? The problem isn't the food itself, it's how you combine it. If you've ever had breakfast like that, stay until the end of this video. In just a few minutes, you'll understand why the very meal you thought was good for your health might actually be preventing your body from recovering the way it used to. I understand why you do it. Everyone wants to eat healthy, less oil, more milk, fruits, and whole grains. Part 2. Why wrong food, mixing blocks, absorption. After 60, digestion simply doesn't work the way it used to. The stomach makes less acid, digestive enzymes weaken, and food moves more slowly through the system. What once broke down easily now feels heavy and incomplete. Nutrients stay trapped, and instead of becoming energy, they turn into fatigue. That's why many older adults eat clean, balanced meals yet still feel tired. The body is no longer absorbing what it receives. Think of digestion like pouring concrete. When the ratio is right, it sets strong and smooth. But if you mix 2 batches with different formulas, it cracks. The same thing happens when you mix foods that need opposite environments to digest. Instead of helping each other, they compete, neutralize stomach acid, and block enzymes from doing their job. The result isn't strength, it's bloating, gas, and sluggishness. Part 3. The 3 never mix mistakes that block nutrients and speed up. Aging 1. Milk and sour fruits, the silent clash inside your stomach. For years, people have believed that milk and fruit together make a healthy start to the day. A glass of milk with an orange or a strawberry smoothie sounds perfect for breakfast. But what feels light and refreshing on the tongue can quietly cause heaviness, bloating, and fatigue once it enters your body. Here is why. Milk is rich in casein protein and calcium. Sour fruits like oranges, pineapples, kiwis, and strawberries are naturally acidic. When acid meets milk protein, it makes the milk curdle. The same thing you see when lemon juice is poured into warm milk happens inside your stomach. Those tiny curds are not harmful on their own, but they slow digestion dramatically. Instead of passing smoothly into your intestines, the curdled protein stays longer in the stomach, blocking nutrient flow and creating mild inflammation in your gut lining. Some foods, when combined, actually cancel each other's benefits. It's like mixing 2 medicines in one syringe. Each loses its effect. Imagine your digestive system as a factory with hundreds of enzyme workers. Every food type has its own team. When you make them handle 2 different tasks at once, confusion starts. Vitamins go unabsorbed, calcium never reaches the bones, and iron fails to enter the blood. You eat plenty, yet your body feels weak, your memory fades, and your skin and sleep lose their vitality. Many people tell me, "Doctor, I eat only organic food. I avoid snacks and sugar. Why do I still feel weak?" My answer is simple. Healthy food alone isn't enough if you combine it the wrong way. After 60, lower stomach acid and slower metabolism mean that even one small mistake can cut your nutrient absorption in half. There are 3 main mixing mistakes. The first is timing. People often eat foods that require opposite conditions back to back, like citrus after oatmeal or milk after fruit. The acid neutralizes too soon, and food ferments instead of digesting. The second is combination. Some nutrients compete for the same channels, iron and calcium, or protein and starch. Pairing them makes digestion inefficient. The third is environment. Eating too fast, too often, or while stressed forces your stomach to multitask. It's like adding more laundry to a machine that hasn't finished spinning. Nothing gets fully clean. Fixing absorption isn't about eating more. It's about eating smarter. Give your body time between meals, at least 4 hours. Start with light foods first, then heavier ones. Pair wisely. Fruit with yogurt, not milk. Iron with vitamin C, not cheese. Protein with vegetables, not starch. When you eat calmly and let digestion finish one job before starting another, your enzymes work the way they were designed to. You don't need more supplements or new diets, you just need clarity. Once digestion flows freely again, nutrients reach your cells, energy returns, and fatigue fades. Now it's your turn. Which of these three mistakes, timing, combination, or environment, do you think affects you the most? Comment your number below, and let's see how many of us are finally learning to eat the way our bodies truly understand. For younger people, strong digestive enzymes can still handle this. But after 60, the stomach produces less acid, the gut moves slower, and enzyme activity drops. The result is delayed digestion, gas formation, and a loss of calcium and vitamin absorption. You might feel sleepy after breakfast, or notice your belly feels heavy for hours. Many people think it is lactose intolerance, but the real cause is the clash between acid and protein. Think of your stomach as a laboratory. Every ingredient has its own formula and timing. When you mix the wrong chemicals together, they cancel each other out. That is exactly what happens with milk and citrus. The acid forces the protein to clump, and your digestive system has to work twice as hard to break it apart. During that time, other nutrients like magnesium and zinc pass through unabsorbed. If you have ever made a fruit smoothie with milk and noticed your energy drop soon after, this is why. The combination slows metabolism, reduces oxygen delivery, and can even cause mild intestinal swelling over time. There is a simple way to fix this without giving up your favorite foods. Keep milk and sour fruits at least 60 to 90 minutes apart. Start your morning with fruit only, an orange, a handful of berries, or a slice of pineapple. Then, when digestion is done, enjoy your milk or yogurt as a mid-morning snack. This gap gives your enzymes time to clear one food before the next arrives. And if you love yogurt and fruit, choose gentle combinations. Use low-acid fruits like ripe bananas, apples, or blueberries. These fruits blend smoothly with dairy and actually help your gut bacteria grow stronger. Ripe banana yogurt, for example, supports calcium absorption and gives you steady energy. Within 1 week of separating these foods, most people notice less bloating and more comfort after breakfast. Their energy lasts longer through the morning. One of my older patients once told me, "I stopped mixing milk and fruit, and suddenly I didn't need to nap after breakfast anymore." That is how fast your body responds when digestion is not fighting itself. Remember, even healthy foods can cause trouble when mixed in the wrong way. You do not need a complicated diet or expensive supplements. You only need to respect your body's natural timing. When milk and fruit are eaten apart, both become powerful allies for your bones, skin, and energy. So tomorrow morning, before blending your fruit with milk, pause for a moment. Ask yourself if your body might prefer simplicity. Sometimes, the easiest changes bring the greatest comfort. Try this adjustment for 1 week. See how your stomach feels. You might be surprised by how calm and light your mornings become. It is not about removing good foods. It is about letting your body handle them one at a time, the way nature designed it to. If this first step makes sense to you, stay with me. The next food pairing mistake is even more common and might be the reason your strength and focus fade faster than they should. 2. Iron and dairy. When strength cancels. Strength. At first glance, a bowl of oatmeal with milk or spinach cooked with cheese seems like the picture of health. They are both nutritious, natural, and comforting. Yet, inside your body, this popular combination quietly stops one of the most important nutrients from doing its job. The result is fatigue, dizziness, pale skin, and that slow feeling that many people mistake for aging. The reason is simple. Iron and calcium cannot share the same path into your bloodstream. Both minerals use the same absorption channel in your intestines, but calcium is the stronger competitor. When you eat them together, calcium blocks the entry point, and the iron you eat passes through your system unused. Over time, that lost iron leads to fewer red blood cells and less oxygen reaching your muscles and brain. Imagine 2 trains trying to enter the same narrow tunnel from opposite directions. One train must wait while the other passes. Calcium always takes priority, leaving iron behind. You can eat all the spinach, lentils, and beans you want, but if they share the plate with dairy, most of the iron will never make it into your blood. After 60, this problem becomes even more serious. The body naturally absorbs less iron with age, and your stomach produces less acid, which is needed to free iron from food. Pairing iron-rich foods with milk, cheese, or yogurt only worsens that decline. The symptoms show up slowly: tired legs after short walks, shortness of breath, trouble concentrating, and even brittle nails or hair thinning. These are not signs of aging. They are signs of iron deficiency caused by poor food pairing. The fix is simple and completely natural. Eat iron-rich foods with vitamin C instead of dairy. Vitamin C acts like a key, unlocking the absorption gate for iron. For example, add sliced tomatoes or bell peppers to your beans and lentils. Squeeze lemon juice on your spinach or drizzle it over cooked vegetables. When you have oatmeal, use water or a plant-based milk alternative, then add strawberries or kiwi for flavor and vitamin C support. Keep your dairy for another time of day. A cup of milk in the afternoon or yogurt in the evening will give your bones the calcium they need without interfering with your iron intake. Separating the two by 3 or 4 hours allows each nutrient to do its job. One of my patients, a 71-year-old man, used to feel lightheaded every morning, even though his blood tests were normal. He ate oatmeal with milk daily, thinking it was the healthiest option. After separating the two meals, oatmeal in the morning and milk in the evening, his energy returned within 2 weeks. His oxygen levels improved, and he said he finally felt awake again after breakfast. Iron is what carries life through your blood. It brings oxygen to every organ, every cell, every muscle fiber. Calcium builds your bones, but iron keeps your body moving. Both are vital, but they must take turns. When you respect their rhythm, you regain clarity, strength, and steady energy throughout the day. This change costs nothing. It does not require a supplement or a strict diet. All it takes is awareness of what your body needs at one time. Eat iron with vitamin C. Move dairy to another meal. Within days, your energy will rise, your focus will sharpen, and that heavy fatigue will begin to fade. Your meals should not compete inside your body. They should work together like a well-tuned orchestra, each nutrient playing its part. Once you stop the silent battle between iron and calcium, your body can finally perform the way it was meant to. Now that you know how to free your energy again, let us look at the third and most common food combination mistake, the one that drains strength from nearly every plate after 60. 3. Protein and starch, the hidden digestion conflict. For many people, a classic breakfast of eggs and toast or a comforting dinner of chicken with potatoes feels complete. These meals seem balanced: protein for strength, carbohydrates for energy. Yet after 60, this pairing quietly weakens digestion, drains energy, and slows nutrient absorption more than most people realize. The reason lies in how your body breaks food down. Protein and starch require completely different environments to digest. Protein needs an acidic setting with strong stomach acid and specific enzymes to break its dense structure. Starch, like bread, rice, or potatoes, digests best in an alkaline environment. When both arrive at the same time, your body becomes confused. The stomach releases acid for protein and alkaline juices for starch, and they neutralize each other. Instead of efficient digestion, the process slows to a crawl. Food sits in the stomach longer, fermenting and releasing gas. You may feel full but tired, as though your meal has turned heavy. Nutrients that should energize you are lost in the conflict, and your body absorbs less vitamin B and magnesium, two elements essential for nerve health, energy production, and clear thinking. Many older adults describe the same feeling after eating these combinations. They say, "I feel sleepy after lunch," or "I get bloated no matter how light my meal is." It is not age, it is chemistry. Your stomach is trying to do two opposite things at once. Think of your digestive system as a workshop. Each enzyme is a worker with a different skill. When you send the protein workers and the starch workers into the same small space with different tools, they get in each other's way. The result is half-finished work and wasted effort. The solution is simple and surprisingly effective. Separate your proteins and starches into different meals. When you eat eggs, fish, or lean meat, pair them with non-starchy vegetables: spinach, broccoli, zucchini, or leafy greens. When you eat starches like potatoes, rice, or bread, keep the meal lighter. Combine them with vegetables, not protein. Allow 2 to 3 hours between a protein meal and a starchy one to let digestion finish before the next shift begins. Within a week, most people notice a dramatic change. Their meals feel lighter, bloating decreases, and energy remains stable. The body no longer wastes effort neutralizing itself. It digests efficiently, absorbs more nutrients, and feels more comfortable after eating. This pattern also improves sleep and focus. When digestion works smoothly, your body directs energy toward healing and cell repair instead of fighting indigestion. Your nights become more restful, and your mornings more alert. You do not need to give up your favorite foods, just give them their own time. Respect your body's rhythm. It has spent decades keeping you alive and deserves a little cooperation. Try this simple rule for a week. Proteins with vegetables, starches later on their own. Watch how your digestion, energy, and comfort improve. It is a small change with a powerful effect. Proof that sometimes the way you eat matters more than what you eat. Try this simple rule for a week. Proteins with vegetables, starches later on their own. Watch how your digestion, energy, and comfort improve. It is a small change with a powerful effect. Proof that sometimes the way you eat matters more than what you eat. If you have ever mixed any of these 3 food pairs, comment "tried it" so we can see how many people have done the same. And if you have not, like this video to save it for later. Your next meal might thank you. Part 4. The silent consequence. When the body loses its power to recover. After 60, even the healthiest meals may no longer deliver what they once did. You eat carefully, you choose organic produce, you stay away from sugar, yet your energy fades, your joints ache, and your skin feels drier than before. It is not because the food has lost its value, it is because your body's ability to absorb it has weakened. With age, stomach acid declines, enzyme production slows, and circulation through the gut becomes less efficient. The result is a quiet but steady nutrient gap. Vitamins like B12, K2, and folate, essential for energy, bone strength, and memory, are absorbed less effectively. Magnesium, the mineral that calms your nerves and muscles, slips through unabsorbed. You might feel fine in the morning, but after eating, your body suddenly feels heavy, sleepy, or slightly bloated. Think of your body as a car you have cared for all your life. You still fill it with premium fuel, but the fuel line has narrowed with time. The energy is there, it simply cannot flow. The engine sputters, not because it is broken, but because it needs the passage cleared. That is what happens inside your digestive system when foods are combined in ways that block absorption. The nutrients are present, but they never reach your cells. For many older adults, this becomes a hidden cycle of fatigue and discomfort. Meals, meant to nourish, instead leave them drained. Joints stay sore because vitamin K2 cannot reach the bones. Muscles weaken because magnesium and B12 are lost before they can rebuild strength. Sleep becomes lighter, less refreshing, because the nervous system lacks the minerals it depends on. These are not signs of aging, they are signals that your body is not receiving what it needs from food. But here is the encouraging truth. The body remembers how to heal once you stop getting in its way. When you begin to separate your meals correctly, fruit away from milk, iron away from dairy, protein away from starch, the results appear quickly. Within 10 to 14 days, digestion feels smoother. That post-meal heaviness fades. You wake up lighter, your energy lasts longer into the afternoon, and your skin begins to regain its glow. Even sleep deepens because magnesium and folate finally reach the cells that calm your nervous system. This improvement does not come from supplements or medication. It comes from giving your body back its natural rhythm. When food flows through you without conflict, every organ receives what it has been waiting for. Your heart pumps stronger, your joints ache less, and the fog that once followed meals slowly clears. Your body is not failing. It is waiting. It is waiting for space to do what it already knows how to do. Recover. Part 5. The Practical Fix. Smart Mixing 7-Day Challenge. The body does not need more food. It needs the right combinations to let what you eat work for you instead of against you. After 60, digestion slows, and every enzyme in your gut becomes more selective about its job. Mixing foods that clash confuses that system, but mixing smartly restores energy, focus, and comfort. The smart mixing method is built on one simple rule: balance the chemistry of your meals. Every food belongs to one of three broad groups: acidic, neutral, or alkaline. Your stomach can handle two of these at a time, but not all three. When you group them wisely, digestion becomes smoother and nutrients reach the bloodstream faster. The principle is called 2-2-2. Two foods that support each other, two that are flexible, and two that must be kept apart. First, the two acid-friendly groups. These are foods that digest best in a slightly acidic environment: proteins and certain fats. Examples include fish, eggs, yogurt, and nuts. You can pair them freely because they share similar digestive needs. Yogurt with berries or salmon with a handful of walnuts are perfect examples of meals that give steady energy and no bloating. Second, the two neutral groups. These foods are adaptable and can go either way depending on what they are paired with. They include vegetables, seeds, and low-sugar fruits. Spinach, zucchini, cucumber, and chia seeds are in this group. You can add them to either protein or starch-based meals without upsetting the digestive balance. Finally, the two that must stay apart. These are proteins and heavy starches. Eggs and white bread, chicken and potatoes, or lentils and rice together demand opposite digestive conditions: acid for protein, alkaline for starch. When eaten together, they slow the breakdown of food and block vitamin B absorption. To avoid that, keep at least 90 minutes between these groups. This short gap gives your body time to process one meal before starting another. Here is how you can practice smart mixing for the next 7 days. Morning. Choose one combination that feels light but steady. Try Greek yogurt with blueberries or chia seeds mixed into almond milk coffee. These foods blend easily and give protein, fiber, and natural antioxidants. If you prefer something savory, scrambled eggs with sautéed spinach or avocado toast without cheese will keep your digestion calm. Afternoon. Focus on protein and greens. A piece of grilled salmon with a large salad of leafy vegetables, olive oil, and lemon is ideal. You can also use lentils or chickpeas if you prefer plant protein. Add bell peppers or tomatoes for vitamin C, which helps your body absorb iron more efficiently. Evening. Keep it simple and warm. Steam sweet potatoes or other root vegetables and pair them with non-starchy greens like broccoli or beans. This combination supports calm digestion, balances blood sugar, and helps your body prepare for restful sleep. You do not have to eat less, count calories, or give up your favorite foods. Smart mixing is not about restriction. It is about understanding your body's chemistry and eating in harmony with it. Once you stop forcing foods to compete inside you, you will notice lighter digestion, more energy, and better sleep within a week. Most people who try this challenge report surprising results after only 3 or 4 days. They wake up feeling clearer, less bloated, and naturally more energetic. Their meals feel satisfying without heaviness. It is the body's way of saying thank you for letting it work the way it was designed to. The challenge is simple, but powerful. For 7 days, pay attention to your pairings. Give your stomach time and space to do its job. At the end of the week, you will understand that food is not just about nutrients. It is about timing, balance, and cooperation. Part 6. The simple science behind it. All think of digestion as a network of locks and keys. Each nutrient has its own key, and each enzyme in your body is a lock that must fit perfectly for digestion to work. When you combine foods that require different enzymes at the same time, those locks jam. The keys no longer fit, and digestion slows. Instead of being absorbed, vitamins and minerals are pushed along your intestines, unused and wasted. This is what scientists call channel competition in the small intestine. Each nutrient travels through a tiny pathway into your bloodstream. Calcium, iron, magnesium, and certain vitamins share these same transport routes. When two nutrients compete for the same channel, one of them loses. Calcium, for example, often wins over iron, while protein and starch can block each other's pathways entirely. What looks like healthy eating from the outside can become silent nutrient traffic inside. The good news is that your body still knows how to balance this traffic. You just have to give it the right timing. When you separate meals according to their digestive needs, the enzymes unlock smoothly. Iron enters the blood freely. Calcium moves to the bones, and proteins break down into amino acids that rebuild muscle. The inflammation that once came from half-digested food begins to fade. As digestion improves, everything else follows. Your body uses energy more efficiently. The constant bloating or discomfort after meals disappears. The gut lining heals, allowing more vitamins to pass through. Magnesium and folate reach your brain and muscles, helping you sleep deeply and wake up with clearer focus. Even your skin brightens because circulation improves and cells finally receive the nourishment they have been missing. You do not need more pills or stronger supplements. You only need to stop blocking the food you already eat. When digestion flows easily, the nutrients you take in every day become your natural medicine. You do not need to add another powder or capsule. You simply need to let your food do what it was designed to do: heal, restore, and sustain you. Part 7. The Gentle Return. The morning feels different now. Mr. James, 72, finishes his light vegetable breakfast, then pours himself a glass of warm milk. He takes a sip, pauses, and smiles. His body feels calm, clear, and awake. Not heavy, not sleepy, just right. Your body is not broken. It has never forgotten how to heal. It only needs you to give it the right environment, to listen, to slow down, to feed it with care instead of habit. The recovery you are looking for does not come from new medicine or strict diets. It comes from trust. Trust that your body still knows what to do when you stop getting in its way. If today you learned something new, comment, "I'm starting," and don't forget to subscribe to Ageless Vitality channel, the place where you rediscover your real strength after 60. Because aging is not the end of vitality. It is the moment you finally understand where true strength begins.